skies clearing, temperatures warming, and ACC baseball quickly approaching in South Bend, Indiana, where fourth-ranked Florida State plays outside the state of Florida for the first time this season against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. With that, we say good afternoon from Frank Eck Stadium, along with Will Eck, Tyler Ritty. So pleased to be with you on the ACC Network. Will, this Florida State rotation, one of the best in the country, going to be a great challenge and opportunity for the Notre Dame offense and their most productive hitter so far, freshman Bino Waters.
Freshman Bino Waters, the lefty DH, and he'll have his hands full going up against three talented lefties this weekend. He's been hot as of late, drew 4 walks in the midweek game, almost hit home run number 6 on the season. It was just short, but ended up being an RBI double.
He was on base 5 times against Michigan State on Wednesday. How about Alex Lodis, the Florida State shortstop, Tuesday against Florida? Grand slam to walk it off and complete the first Seminole cycle in 6 years. He shoots this one to right field. Back goes Harrelson. He's looking up. Tie game. Jace Lee with his first collegiate home run. It's 4-4 in the 6th. The matchup with Estevan Moreno. Moreno! Notre Dame takes the lead. Wow! Williams is up there now on a 1-0 count, 0 for 3 today. He shoots one to center field. Zimbardo's got a long way to go again, and it's a tie game. Max Williams evens it up just like that with his team leading 11th home run. Gumpf, high drive, center field, Williams back, Notre Dame returns to the lead. Gumpf with a long one, and it's 8-7 Irish. Gage Harrelson with 2 doubles on the day, waits on deck. Reith rapidly closing in on 50 pitches. His 3-2. Is hit well, center field. Jefferson goes back, he can only watch. It's tied again. The 9-hole hitter, the freshman, Hunter Carnes, makes it 8-8. Jared Zimbardo, who thought he had a go-ahead home run his last time up in the 6th, steps in and takes a strike from Mason Martinez, who returns to the mound for Florida State. Martinez, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 runs allowed so far. He's the second man out of the Florida State bullpen today, facing Zimbardo, who's been on base all 4 times, once on an error. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. That last Zimbardo and bat came with game tied on Jace Lee's 2-run home run. Zimbardo followed with a line drive that hit the top of the left field wall. It was initially called a home run, but reviewed, overturned to a double. 2-2 spot. Rustevich and Waters, the freshman for Notre Dame, also due up.
Tried to get him to chase down and away with a breaking ball, but he'll reset for 2-2 against Zimbardo with the double.
Zimbardo, center field, Williams back, on the run, Notre Dame in front again! This time it counts for Jared Zimbardo, 9-8 Irish. Again, one of Notre Dame's best with runners in scoring position. He's hitting .409 in these situations. To right center field. That's going to go deep. One run is in. Here comes Waters. Moreno flies around third. Bases clearing double Carson Tenney. And the Irish lead by 4. This performance alone from him has jumped his batting average. 36 points, 145 to 181. And that's going to shoot the gap in right center field. Let's see if he can leg out the triple. He's around first, hustling hard to second. He's going to give it a try. Relay throw to third. And Estevan Moreno has a cycle. What a day for the junior shortstop. Vellini for the complete game. Ground ball to short. Lodis has it. And Joey Vellini's done it again. His second consecutive complete game. His teammates will come out to celebrate, and Florida State has evened up the series with a 4-2 win. Let's turn our attention now to the mound, where for the first time since May of 2023, graduate right-hander Jackson Denny's is pitching in this ballpark. He's Notre Dame's most experienced starting pitcher.
Yeah, and you think he's fired up for today or what, Tyler? Came into his last start against Clemson with a 3.0 ERA, 2-1 record. Got knocked around by the number 4 Tigers, and how could you not? They're one of the best teams in college baseball. So those numbers are deceiving. In 22 innings pitched, only 4 walks and a 1.0 Ks per 9 ratio. He's really had a great year.
Georgia Tech's offense now leads the ACC in batting average with yesterday's performance. So for longtime head coach Danny Hall, it's the exact same starting lineup as yesterday.
Yeah, and why change it? Those 9 names on screen, same position, same order, a lot of left-right alternation. And the only difference between yesterday and today is most of those players have just better numbers across the board, including Lodis at the top with the 4 hits, Caleb Daniel in the 3-hole with 4 hits, Alex Hernandez drew 4 walks. It's a really, really good lineup, and as you mentioned, they lead the ACC now in batting average. Passing Florida State yesterday, they've scored 10-plus runs in 5 straight games, now winning 4 of them.
It's going to be a lot harder today on both sides to put up runs as the wind's blowing in from left field, foul pole to foul pole at about 10 miles an hour, 39 degrees the temperature on a partly cloudy, chilly Saturday here in South Bend as Jackson Denny's gets ready to toe the slab and make his 6th start of the season, facing Kyle Lodis, Drew Burris, and Caleb Daniel in the Georgia Tech top of the 1st.
Now you mentioned the weather, stark difference from yesterday where the wind was blowing out to left field. We saw Lodis hit 3 homers that way, Waters hit a homer that way, and wow, what a start.
Diving stop, Moreno at short, long throw, and it's not in time. So Lodis looking to carry over his hot bat from yesterday, swings at the first offering and gets on with a single.
A great hustle from Kyle Lodis. We mentioned his power from yesterday, but he's got some speed as well. He's 6 for 6 stealing bags on the air, so you know he's got wheels, especially in the leadoff spot. Just beats the throw. Great stop by Moreno, and to even get it over, have a chance at a play is impressive, but it's a leadoff hit for Georgia Tech.
That ball went inside of the center fielder, Drew Burris. Georgia Tech, I think the most impressive thing about the offensive performance in yesterday's 18-7 8-inning victory is that he didn't have a hit. He was 0 for 5. And it's typically Georgia Tech's best offensive weapon, one of the best young ball players in the entire country, and didn't produce much yesterday. Did come around to score a couple times.
Just didn't really see the ball well, not taking good swings early in counts, but you know that he's going to take a reset from yesterday. He came into the weekend leading the team with a .505 on-base percentage, so he's more likely to get on base than not. That's how good he's been early on in this year, and those numbers are not too different from last year when he was equally impressive with a .512 on base in the Freshman of the Year, ACC Player of the Week last week, so you know he's got a lot of talent, and yesterday pretty much going to be one of his worst games of the year, certainly an outlier for him.
Half-hearted swing as Denny's follows up the slider with a fastball, and it's 2-2.
Got the hoodie on under the jersey. You mentioned 39 degrees. It's not baseball weather, but it's South Bend baseball weather. Georgia Tech not used to these conditions by any means.
Most of these players on this Yellow Jacket roster are from the state of Georgia.
In fact, I think everyone in the starting lineup is, except for Will Bakers from Australia, where it's not exactly freezing cold.
Here's the 2-2 from Denny's. Way outside, big bending breaker again, and the count goes full. The only thing Georgia Tech did yesterday is work walks, 12 of them against the Notre Dame pitching staff. And Jackson Denny's, as you talked about in the open, is not a guy who will walk many. This 3-2 is popped up, back behind the plate, toward the Georgia Tech dugout, and it lands up against the netting. No chance for the Irish catcher, Davis Johnson, who makes his first start of the weekend behind the plate. He was the DH yesterday.
It's interesting to see how Coach Stifler is going to balance the playing time between Carson Tinney and Davis Johnson behind the plate. You mentioned Johnson getting the start at DH yesterday. Tinney at the catcher position, and now Tinney out of the lineup, and Johnson behind the plate.
Another check on Lodis. He's 6 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year. Georgia Tech likes to run. The Yellow Jackets lead the ACC in stolen bags, 49 on the year.
He wasn't running on the first 3-2. He runs on this one, though.
It's popped up back behind him. He's got to hustle back as the first baseman, Parker Brustevich, makes the play in foul territory. And Lodis, as you saw, returns to the bag in time, 1 down.
It is great work by Denny's to win the battle against a very talented hitter who, again, still not really seeing the ball well, a little bit under, a little late. Popped the first one up foul. He got lucky, it went just out of play. That one didn't get quite as fortunate, and Brustevich does a good job to stick with it in the wind. And it's a big out. Of course, big difference between runner on first and 1 out and 2 in scoring position and nobody out. So a big pitch for Denny's.
Now Caleb Daniel drives one to right center field. A lunging catch for Jared Zimbardo to take away a hit. What a play by the Irish center fielder for out number 2.